Hey guys, it's your boy Chris here. I want to go over the election because you know me, I fucking love politics. I don't know why other people like get mad about politics. Like politics, they're a really good way to I don't know how to put this. To like basically just like relax and have a nice discussion, right? But some people don't like them. Whatever. So anyway, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to vote this year, which is why I want to make this video because I want some kind of a voting record, and like I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to vote this year because I've moved, right? So when I go to vote, or at least go to attempt to vote, I may have some difficulty. So regardless, I have decided that I actually want to vote for Kamala Harris this year, right? Which may seem a bit strange to a lot of you guys because I have voted for Trump in the past 2 years. I voted for Trump in 2016. In 2016, I was actually kind of happy with my vote there. A lot of policies that I wanted to take effect did take effect. And the entire reason why I voted for him, it happened, right? Which was I felt that Trump was further left wing, one, than Hillary Clinton, which just goes to show how terrible the candidate Hillary Clinton was, by the way. But he was also significantly further left wing than any of the Republicans. And so basically the idea was, oh hey, I am a classic liberal, so I'm going to vote for Trump. Hope he gets in, because I want the general political spectrum across the entire board to shift to the left. Okay. And what the problem with voting for the Democrats is that, generally speaking, when you vote for the Democrats, they are a right wing party. They're not left wing. Yeah. So, AOC even said it herself there. Democrats are not a left wing party, they are a right wing party. So, they are basically diet Republicans. So, right, my guy? So, anyway, after that in 2020, I decided I would vote for Trump again. However, I predicted that Joe Biden would win the election regardless. And I was a little bit caught off guard with the red mirage there. I knew there was going to be something there was going to happen, but it was much bigger than I thought it was gonna be, right? He ended up getting I think it was like 80,000 votes or something like that, which was like insane. It was like completely unseen before. He broke even Obama's record. Um, and I was like, oh shit, Trump might actually win this time around, but no, Biden actually managed to pull through. So anyway, but I actually did still want to vote for Trump. I, though, was a little bit unsure about it because Trump's rhetoric on the 2020 campaign was not like his rhetoric in the 2016 campaign. His rhetoric of the 2020 campaign was much more right wing. But I'm like, okay, you know what? I was happy with you first time around. You didn't get us into any new wars. You got us the stimulus checks. You got us all this other kind of stuff there. It sounds like even one time there, you were even discussing legalizing marijuana. So you know what? Let's go ahead and reward the motherfucker, right? So I rewarded him. I gave him another vote. He didn't win though. And I've actually been okay with Biden's presidency for the most part there. But I am not okay with how he's handling Gaza. He's a fucking Nazi. So, yeah, no, I'm not voting for Joe Biden. And I do think Joe Biden is racist. So there's that. But aside from that, right, why am I voting for Kamala if I don't like Joe? Well, one, Kamala isn't Joe fucking Biden, okay? Stop thinking that. So, now, in the 2020 election, no one wanted Joe Biden. Joe Biden got fucking shoehorned in by Obama because, like, he called up fucking everyone after realizing that Pete Buttigieg wasn't going to win, that Bernie Sanders most likely was going to be winning, and they didn't want Bernie Sanders to win because fucking, for whatever reason, the establishment Democrats do not like Bernie Sanders, even though he actually has good policies, right? They should fucking learn from him, right? Um, but they called up Pete Buttigieg and all the fucking other ones there, and got him to drop on out and endorse Biden. And then boom, there you go. Now Biden ended up winning, and he ended up choosing Kamala Harris as the VP. Which yeah, a lot of people are saying that she is a, was it DEI candidate, right? And they are 100% right. Although she's not a DEI candidate for racial reasons there, actually for gender reasons instead. Okay. Now in the 2020 primary campaign, Joe Biden said specifically he was going to pick a woman, right? And that does make her a DEI candidate. Because the entire concept of DEI candidates is that basically they're candidates there where they're being put in as a minority rule, right? Now, so I don't like it when people are saying that she's a DEI candidate for her race there, because you're just judging her off of her race at that point. There's no evidence to show that he picked Kamala Harris for her race, okay? But there is evidence to show he picked her for her gender. That being, he said he did. So, yeah. But yeah, so she is not a candidate that I would have wanted being picked, at least for the reasons that she was picked for. So you shouldn't pick someone based off of their gender or race. That's bigoted in every way, shape, and form. So that's the entire reason why so many people are against the concept of DEI, is that it's racist, it's sexist, it's bigoted, it goes against the very ideas of what it's supposed to be for, right? The proper way of going about that there would be implementing some kind of aid assistance there for anyone who is in poverty, right? Because if you do that, it addresses all the racial demographics that you actually really want to address, but not give that assistance there to racial demographics for rich people, right? You're just doing it there for poor people because they need the help. And then bam, you now can actually stabilize the racial demographics without even making it about race or gender or anything like that. Regardless, right? If I don't like Joe Biden, why am I liking Kamala, right? Well, despite her poor reasons there for getting into her position, she's not actually that bad herself, okay? She's definitely got a better position on Gaza than Trump does. And that's, I got to put a little bit of asterisk with that, right? Yeah, because at least prior there was this thing where she's basically criticizing Netanyahu, but not all of it seems to be, and it's like oh no, just fucking stop being a fucking Nazi, you dumb bitch. So I don't know. I'm hoping that will pull through. Now with Trump there, he's just full on is like, oh yeah, well, let's just fucking blow up Gaza, all like that. And I'm like, no, you had me in the first half there. The no war thing, but that's a war statement right there. So, but yeah, we're not gonna do that. So, I largely, my vote this time around is gonna be about Gaza there, and after where I was even considering voting third party there for like Jill Stein. But there's other reasons why I actually do kind of want to go for Kamala. Now, many of you know that I got married recently, right? And some of you even know that my wife is from Africa, right? Interestingly enough, yeah. So she's Togolese, so that's why she picked me, because I speak French, and in Togo they speak French. But there's actually been a lot of African immigration as of recent there, and I don't know if it's because of the Biden administration, but I kind of got a feeling that it is because I haven't noticed it until the Biden administration kind of came around there. But that's kind of just me noticing it there. It could have been there before the Biden administration. I just didn't even notice it, right? Because I only really started noticing it there after I dated this Tanzanian chick, and which led me in a whole fucking chase thing where I ended up, getting married to this girl, right? The girl from Togo. Um, but yeah, it turns out there's a lot of people in the U.S. from Africa, right? But if my theory is right that it is something to do with the Biden administration, I'm actually really liking it, right? I mean, like, the African culture actually seems to mix really, 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 really well with American culture. I know that there's a lot of people there that I've seen like stuff on like news articles that's like, oh, two African guys like rape 7-year-olds, something like that. There's like, no. Fucking, there's all kinds of immigrants who do fucking horrible ass shit. You're gonna see that shit in the news no matter what happens. But like, just because more immigrants are coming through doesn't mean more crime is happening. It just means you're now going to see more of the crime that's happening being committed by immigrants because there's more immigrants. Like, the percentage doesn't necessarily change. In fact, if you actually look, immigrants actually commit a lesser percentage of crime. So, and this is the reason for this being obvious being that if you commit a crime as an immigrant, they may deport you. So, yeah. But it's been great. Like, I have so far gotten pretty accustomed here to the culture within like the African community. And again, when I say the African community, I don't mean the African American community. I mean the African community. The African American community and the African community are so incredibly different that like it's leagues apart. Okay, Africans don't even celebrate Kwanzaa, right? So like I asked my wife if she celebrated Kwanzaa because Christmas is coming up, and she's like, "What the fuck is Kwanzaa?" So, uh, but anyway, so it's what I've noticed is that it's almost like the culture among Africans there is kind of like white people in a way. Like I don't know how to describe it, right? Like it's just they base the main difference is clothing. That's kind of it. Like they wear very patterned and colorful clothing, and that's it. Like yeah. Oh, and like all the women don't wear tampons, they wear pads. And I don't know why that is, but I guess that's just a thing they're taught there is like, oh yeah, it's like tampons bad, whereas in the US we think pads are bad. So, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. But I'm really liking it, right? And so I'm okay with that. I'd like to see more of that. And while I also think that Kamala Harris is more left wing than Joe Biden, and I think she's more left wing of Trump. So for all the same reasons that I originally voted for Trump in 2016, those apply to Kamala. There are a couple of things I'm worried about. One, is she going to go to war with any country, right? Because the Democrats are not fucking good on that. They're fucking horrible on that. They are horrible on that. Two, how well is she going to combat the Republicans? Because I don't want right-wing policy, and Obama was fucking horrible on that there. Because Obama was a fucking Republican in every single way, shape, and form. Like, he was horrible, right? That guy was right-wing as fuck. And people just don't realize that. They're like telling themselves is like, oh, you know, it's like Obama was the Democrat of the no, he's not the Democrat of the fucking century. Get that shit out of there. He's a fucking warmonger. Get that, you know. It's like, oh, you know, like so many fucking voted for Obama just because he was fucking black. But if you really wanted like a black president, there's really not a whole lot of options, are there? Fuck. So, but yeah, just like he's a very bad legacy. And with everything that happened recently in the 2020 election with the primaries and like Obama trying to force Bernie Sanders out by getting everyone else to like drop out and endorse Biden, it just shows how anti-democracy he is. Like, this guy assassinated multiple American citizens. So, but I don't feel like Kamala is like him. So I'm not super worried about that. I don't like Biden because of that. But that's kind of it there, is that's my statement. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to actually vote for this year. So if I'm not able to vote for this year, just know I would have voted for Kamala Harris. Aside from that, though, everything else is all set there. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Please go out and vote. Voting is really good for you. And have a great rest of your day, okay, guys? So, say bye.